The startling errors that people make when consuming sardines. One of the few seafood varieties that naturally maintain extremely low mercury levels is sardines. They are therefore frequently among the healthiest and safest options available to you. Your heart, brain, and even bones will benefit greatly from these tiny fish. They are rich in calcium, protein, omega-3 fatty acids, and vital vitamins that your body needs. Here's the problem, though. The majority of people commit at least a few major errors that negate those advantages, taint the flavor, and occasionally even have an adverse effect on their health. Take a moment to consider it. Are you certain that you are selecting the correct type of sardines from the shelf when you purchase them? Do you inadvertently let leftovers spoil, or do you store them properly? Have you ever thought it would be healthier to rinse sardines before eating them? And now, for the most important query. Is the portion that genuinely contains the most nutrients being thrown out? Sardines are frequently disregarded, not because of what's in the can, but rather because of how people treat them afterward. These little fish lose their goodness before they have a chance to benefit your body due to storage errors and cooking errors. We'll go over the typical errors people make when handling sardines in this video. Some might not seem like much at first, but you'll realize how important they are once you know why. You'll understand how to appreciate sardines the way they were by the end. Intended for consumption. I have a quick favor to ask before we dive in. To become a part of our community of healthy eaters, hit the like button and subscribe. To let us know you agree with us, please type yes in the comments if you're interested in videos like this. Okay, let's get started. Error 10. Discarding the bones. Pulling the tiny bones out of sardines is one of the most frequent mistakes. Initially, it may appear to be the appropriate. Make a move. After all, bones from larger fish can be jagged, bothersome, and even dangerous. Sardines, however, are unique. Their bones are soft, safe to chew, and entirely edible. They are pressure cooked during the canning process until they are so tender that most people aren't even aware of them. The big secret is right here. There is a lot of nutrition in those little bones. When it comes to seafood, they are among the best natural sources of calcium. Sardines with bones provide more than 1/3 of your daily calcium requirements in just one serving. Vital for maintaining healthy teeth, strong bones, and properly functioning muscles. They also contain vitamin D, which aids in the absorption of that calcium by your body. The best combination for maintaining bone health, particularly as we age, is calcium and vitamin D. Not only are you putting in more effort when you remove the bones, but you're discarding nutrients that your body actually needs. You don't even taste them, to be honest. The bones are perfectly integrated into the fish. Many regular sardine eaters are unable to distinguish between the meat and bones. Yes, some businesses sell deboned sardines, but because the deboning procedure harms the fish, they are typically more expensive and appear broken up. In other words, you're spending more money for worse looks and less nutrition. The answer is straightforward. Save the bones. Once you start eating them, they are safe, incredibly nourishing, and almost undetectable. Consider them an added benefit that makes sardines one of the healthiest foods available. The 9th error is selecting water-packed rather than oil-packed. In the grocery aisle, one of the most significant errors occurs. Selecting sardines that are packed in water rather than oil. Water-packed seems like the healthier choice at first glance. Lighter taste, fewer calories, right? Here's the reality, though. You lose out on flavor and nutrients when you opt for water instead of oil. Healthy fats, particularly omega-3 fatty acids, are abundant in sardines by nature. These are the same fats that help your body use those omega-3s more effectively, keep the fish moist, protect your heart, and reduce inflammation. Nevertheless, water is not good for the fish. Over time, sardines in water can become bland, dry, or even metallic. The reason for this is that water cannot stop the fish's natural oils from degrading. The nutrition and flavor diminish as they oxidize. On the other hand, oil serves as a barrier, extending the shelf life and flavor of sardines. Sardines and olive oil actually taste better the longer they sit, according to many foodies. Sardines and oil indeed contain more calories, but they are good fats that are good for your body. It's a minor decision that has a significant impact. Choose sardines in high-quality oil rather than those in water-packed tins if you want sardines that taste fantastic and provide you with the most nutrients. The eighth mistake is leaving opened cans out for too long. Almost everyone has made the mistake of leaving an opened can of sardines out for too long. Cans that haven't been opened can last for years, but once you open it, the clock begins to tick. Sardines decompose as soon as they come into contact with air. The beneficial omega-3 fats, which are the main reason most of us eat sardines in the first place, are broken down as the healthy oils inside begin to oxidize, changing the flavor as well. This implies that they will taste worse and provide you with less nutrition the longer they sit. What they're packed in determines how long they last. Water and sardines degrade the fastest, typically in a day. Oil-soaked ones keep well in the refrigerator for 2 to 3 days. You could extend it to 4 days if they're in tomato sauce. After a week, though, you can't disregard this rule. Sardines of any kind are spoiled and should not be consumed. Leaving them in the open is another frequent error. After being exposed, the metal may react with air to accelerate spoiling and give food an unpleasant metallic taste. For this reason, food safety specialists advise relocating sardines immediately into an airtight container made of clean glass or plastic. This maintains flavor, slows down nutrient loss, and keeps air out. You can freeze them if you truly want to prolong their life, but doing so softens and changes their texture. The best course of action is to only open what you will consume in the next few days and to always put leftovers in the appropriate container. It's an easy practice that keeps your sardines nutritious, safe, and fresh. Ignoring expiration dates is the seventh mistake. And guidelines for storage. Contrary to popular belief, canned food does not last forever. If properly sealed and stored, sardines can last for years. However, they are harmed by heat, sunlight, and moisture. The can and the fish inside will decompose more quickly if you leave cans in a damp pantry or in a sunny kitchen window close to the stove. The fish's oils oxidize, flavors become sour, and nutrients begin to deplete over time. Even worse, a broken can could allow. The growth of bacteria renders the sardines unfit for human consumption. And the majority of people are unaware of this. Sardines don't all keep as well. Compared to those packed in oil, those packed in tomato sauce or other acidic liquids decompose more quickly. This implies that you should switch up the types you purchase. Save the oil-packed tins for long-term storage and use up the acidic types first. It's crucial to examine the can carefully as well, prior to opening it. Avoid taking chances if you notice leaks, dents along the seams, bulges, or rust. Simply dispose of it. Consider it this way. One of the most reasonably priced superfoods available is sardines. Avoid wasting them. More importantly, don't let inadequate storage put your health at risk. Every can be kept safe, fresh, and ready to provide you with all the nutrients it claims to. Eating them straight out of the can is the sixth mistake. Sardines' ease of use is one of their best qualities. They are ready to eat once you open the tin. Here's the drawback, though. You lose out on a lot of flavor and variety if you only ever eat them plain. Because of this, a lot of people grow disinterested in them very quickly. Most people are unaware of how many different uses sardines can have. Consider them an ingredient rather than a snack in and of itself. To make a protein-rich spread for bread or crackers, for instance, mash them with a little yogurt, avocado, or olive oil. For a Mediterranean-style bite that tastes gourmet but only takes a few minutes, top toast with capers, onions, or sliced tomatoes. They look great in hot food as well. For added flavor and omega-3s, stir them into the pasta sauce right before serving. To keep them intact and increase protein, toss them in a stir-fry just before serving. Even pizza improves with sardines. Their salty, savory flavor goes well with fresh herbs, peppers, and olives. Additionally, for a powerful start to your day, fold them into omelets or scrambled eggs for breakfast. Not only does it taste good, but it also has nutritional benefits. Sardines' nutrients are better absorbed by your body when you eat them with grains, vegetables, or healthy fats. For example, eating them with foods high in vitamin C, such as peppers or tomatoes, allows your body to absorb more iron. Therefore, while occasionally eating them straight out of the can is acceptable, don't limit yourself. Sardines can be transformed into a secret ingredient that adds flavor and nutrients to a variety of dishes with a little ingenuity. The fifth mistake is assuming that all sardines have the same flavor. Sardines are often thought of as being similar. They taste like any other when you open one can. However, that is not at all true. Similar to wine. Sardines' flavor, texture, and quality can vary greatly depending on their origin, packaging, and even the season in which they are caught, much like coffee or cheese. Consider the waters from which they originate. Because the fish's environment, diet, and temperature all affect their flavor, Atlantic sardines can taste very different from Mediterranean or Pacific ones. Cold-der sardines, like those from Norway, tend to taste cleaner and bite more firmly. Warmer water sardines can be richer and softer. The season is important as well. While fish caught later in the year are fattier and more flavorful, spring-caught fish may taste lighter. And that's not all. The taste is drastically altered by the packing liquid. Different flavors are brought out by water, mustard, tomato sauce, and olive oil. For example, Portuguese and Spanish sardines preserved in premium olive oil frequently acquire rich, nuanced flavors over time. While some producers use spiced oils or sauces for an added kick, others even smoke their sardines to give them a savory richness. Therefore, don't give up on sardines completely if you didn't like one can. It could have been that specific kind. Your experience can be totally transformed by investigating various brands, origins, and pack styles. There is no one-size-fits-all sardines. A whole world of flavors awaits you once you start experimenting. Those tiny tins. The fourth mistake is using the incorrect flavors when combining sardines. Sardines are brave little creatures. They are potent ingredients because of their robust savory flavor and abundant oils. They must, however, have the appropriate partners on the plate. Combining sardines with flavors that clash rather than balance is one of the biggest mistakes. The trick is here. Sardines require contrast. Their abundance of natural resources shines when combined with ingredients that cut through the oiliness, such as something bright, fresh, or tangy. Consider pickled vegetables, lemon juice, vinegar, tomatoes, and capers. These sharp flavors enhance the sardine flavor rather than mask it, giving the dish a more exciting and well-balanced overall flavor. Additionally, the addition of fresh herbs like cilantro, dill, or parsley lightens everything with a crisp, clean note. What, then, ought to be avoided? Buttery meals, thick, creamy sauces, or excessively sweet combinations. Typically, the combination of cream and oily sardines overwhelms your palate with its richness. Sardines' inherent saltiness frequently clashes with sweet glazes or fruit-based toppings, resulting in an unpleasant clap. Let's examine an illustration. Sardines smothered in a thick cheese sauce are not as tasty as sardines on toast with lemon and herbs. They are difficult to enjoy because of their double richness. The secret is balance, not that you can't try new things. Sardines transform from fish in a can to a gourmet ingredient that tastes vibrant, fresh, and unforgettable when you pick the right flavors. The third mistake is washing away nutrition and flavor. You might be surprised by this. Rinsing sardines underwater before eating them is one of the worst things you can do to them. Many do this in an attempt to reduce fat, salt, or that fishy flavor. However, in practice, rinsing just removes flavor and important nutrients. The oil, sauce, or brine that sardines are packed in when they are canned is more than just filler. It is a step in the process of preservation. Important nutrients like omega-3s and fats, as well as soluble vitamins, gradually seep into the liquid as the fish and it exchange flavors. The taste that has been developing for months is gone when you rinse them, along with those nutrients. Rinsing sardines and oil causes additional issues. Because water and oil don't mix, the fish becomes slick, crumbly, and less tasty. Sardines in mustard or tomato sauce are no different. The tang and richness that balance the fish's inherent flavor are eliminated during the rinsing process. Sardines can have a salty taste, but washing them doesn't really make it go away. During canning, the salt does not simply sit on the fish's surface. It is absorbed into the fish itself. Purchasing inexpensively is a better option. Sodium-containing options, or just cut back on the salt in the remainder of your meal. In this manner, the nutrition and flavor are preserved. Consider it this way. Rinsing sardines is like reversing months of meticulous nutrient and flavor development in a matter of seconds. Accept the oil, brine, or sauce rather than rinsing it all away. It contributes to the uniqueness of sardines. The second mistake is avoiding sardines due to their fishiness. The idea that sardines are too fishy is the main reason why people steer clear of them. Sardines, however, are actually fish. They are said to have a sea flavor. The way sardines are prepared, stored, or combined with other foods is the true problem, not the sardines themselves. A good sardine should taste like a fresh ocean breeze, clean, savory, and just a little bit briny. It's likely that they weren't properly stored if yours taste too strong or disagreeable. They are no longer at their peak. Date, or simply the wrong ingredients aren't being used with them. Brightening the flavor is the trick, not masking it. Acidic components, such as a spoonful of tomato sauce, a splash of vinegar, or fresh lemon juice, break through heaviness and give the flavor vitality. The same is true of fresh herbs like dill, cilantro, or parsley, which balance the richness by adding freshness. Additionally, quality has a significant impact. Sardines cooked in quality tomato sauce or olive oil typically have a much milder, cleaner flavor than less expensive ones. Options that are not well processed. Here's something intriguing, too. In fact, your taste buds can adapt. Sardines may taste strong at first if you don't eat fish frequently, but you will eventually notice their subtle sweetness and depth of flavor. Try experimenting with different pairings rather than dismissing sardines as being too fishy. Serve them with crisp vegetables, squeeze some citrus over them, or mix them into a salad. You will be taken aback how quickly you start to look forward to that fishy flavor. The first mistake was discarding the valuable oil. This is by far the most expensive sardine-related error people make. Pouring the oil down the sink after draining it out. There's no waste in that golden liquid. Some of the greatest nutrition and flavor can be found there. This is the reason. A slow exchange occurs when sardines are packed in oil. The release of the fish. While the oil soaks back into the fish, some of their natural juices are absorbed by the oil. When that oil is stored for months, it accumulates fats, soluble vitamins like D and E, omega-3 fatty acids, and a rich, savory flavor. It becomes liquid nutrition, to put it another way. Losing calories isn't the only benefit of throwing it away. You're throwing away important nutrients that support the health of your immune system, heart, and brain. In terms of cooking, you're also throwing away. Chefs would love to have a free flavor enhancer on hand. What are you able to do with it? Lots. Instead of using bottled dressing on salads, drizzle the oil over them. Prior to cooking rice or pasta, use it to sauté garlic and onions. Add it to stews or soups to make the broth richer. For a quick snack, you can even dip fresh bread into it with some herbs and a squeeze of lemon. Here's an added bonus. In fact, the flavor of the oil gets a little deeper after opening. It can give your meals even more complexity if it is stored properly in the refrigerator for a few days. Sardine oil is just too precious to throw away. Treat it as though it were a secret ingredient. With sardines, who should exercise caution. Although sardines are among the healthiest foods available, not everyone can benefit from them, just like with any potent food. Some groups of people ought to take extra care not to eat them too frequently. People who are sensitive to salt or have high blood pressure. The majority of sardines in cans are packed in a sodium-rich brine, oil, or sauce. Low-sodium types are preferable because too much salt can increase blood pressure. People who have high uric acid or gout. Purines, which the body converts to uric acid, are abundant in sardines. For those who are sensitive, that can cause flare-ups of gout. The key is moderation. Purines may increase the risk for kidney stones, particularly uric acid stones. It's best to consult your physician before consuming sardines on a regular basis. Women who are expecting. The good news is that, in contrast to larger fish like swordfish or tuna, sardines have very low levels of mercury. However, since they're frequently canned in oil or brine, it's advisable to monitor the calories and sodium content if you eat them frequently. Sardines are great food to eat on a regular basis for most healthy people. However, moderation is the best course of action if you belong to one of these groups. In conclusion, if you treat them properly, sardines are one of the most underappreciated superfoods available. Small errors in selecting, pairing, storing, and preparing cans can make the difference between a bland, wasted meal and a potent nutritional boost. Don't let minor mistakes prevent you from taking advantage of all that sardines have to offer. Rich in protein, omega-3 fatty acids, calcium, and vitamins, they are among the most affordable foods you can purchase and help to support your heart, brain, and bones. You now understand how to maximize their potential and steer clear of the pitfalls that most people fall into. Please hit the like button and subscribe if you thought this video was helpful so you don't miss any more advice on sensible, healthful eating. Do you frequently eat sardines, or do you have a preferred method of get them ready? Leave a comment with your thoughts. We would be delighted to hear from you. We sincerely appreciate your participation in our community and your viewing. We also have 2 more videos available if you want to continue learning. We'll meet you there if you simply click on one. Please click the like button if you thought this video was helpful. The channel benefits greatly from it. Additionally, remember to ensure you don't miss any upcoming videos, subscribe and activate the notification bell. Please leave a comment below with your thoughts. I'd love to know what you think. Thank you for viewing, and see you in the upcoming